For one abstention. Four.
In favor.
In favor.
You're doing good.
Starting off bad, all right.
Moving right along.
Moving right along. 81P Plan 10 Ravana Street, Anthony Fallon.
Present it to the chairman. The check and,
Most of the check.
mainly the check, yeah. Anyway, just spread it.
Yeah.
The one down here?
As long as the chair gets one, yeah, that's
One
fine.
down at the other end.
One's fine here.
That's good.
This is the lot split on Ravenna that the ZBA granted a variance for back in September.
I'm sorry, Larry, what did you say?
This is the lot split that the ZBA granted the variance for back in September.
Okay.
So the 81, it's the same 81P configuration that went to the ZBA, so I think we'd recommend it against it, but they approved it anyway.
They did approve it anyway.
Yep.
And so,
But it's
This was the old.
it's
that's the new.
endorsable,
is this the new one?
they're all the same.
They're all
Oh,
the
they're all
same?
okay.
All right.
Sorry, Lena.
So,
Motion.
What's the pleasure of the board?
Make
Motion.
the motion, I'll second.
Are you
Yes, motion.
favorable?
Yeah.
Motion made by Pat, second by John.
Hey, Larry, just in a question. Isn't the state minimum building lot size 6,000 square feet? Building code?
I don't know.
Because I don't think this is a legal building lot, even if it's a legal lot. Just in,
I don't know.
I believe it's 6,000 square feet. So I don't think John can give him a building permit anyways on this lot.
Okay,
But
do you
considering the
want?
zoning board granted it, it's
The zoning board
it's
granted
a
it,
lot, it's
so-
not a building lot, it's
It's a lot.
a lot. That's up to John to decide, but just
Um,
Motion has been on the board.
Motion's on the board. Motion,
Just
by
call, yeah, just
Pat,
call it to a vote.
And I second it.
and John seconded. Do we have a vote?
yeah, there's
It's an 81, yeah, all in
It's an
favor?
81, all in favor?
Aye.
Unanimous of 5.
Okay, you get that, you need to clock that in with the clerk in the morning, and we'll need 3 prints
I agree, I
of the
don't think
signed
they can
Mylar back to me. Or if you want to just leave those, I'll sign them in the morning, and then you don't have to
I'm
make
just
the other
curious
prints.
about it.
I have no idea.
You need, yeah, the Worcester
It's
County Registry deeds.
5,900.
But you need to record your variance first
That's shy of 3 feet
at the Worcester County Registry deeds.
on each lot, so that's 6 feet.
Well,
Is that a
6 square
big
feet.
difference?
Yeah,
Is
we'll
that
call
a
me in
big
the morning. We've got public hearings.
What's he gonna build?
I don't know. That's why I said I don't know. Oh, no, you can't. Way too small.
Absolutely not. Okay,
Want to do the public meeting?
yeah, we're going to,
Good. Let me get 3 of those, and
we're gonna do the public meeting and the amended site plan at the same time. Larry?
Can you?
Karen, read the order.
On Tuesday, December 15, 2015, in Room 3 of the Milford Town Hall, 52 Main Street, the Milford Planning Board will at times designated conduct public hearings regarding the following. Application of GP Milford Realty Trust for special permit approval regarding a 10% reduction in required off-street parking at 91 Medway Street. Assessors map 43, Lot 5A, 14.75 acres, IB Highway Industrial Zone. The full application and/or maps of the above items are available for public inspection Monday through Friday from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. at the Office of Planning and Engineering in the Town Hall, 52 Main Street, Milford, Mass. Interested parties may express their views at the above scheduled hearings.
Thank you. I'm going to read to some of the letters. This one is from our planning board, town planner. The applicant requests amended site plan approval to allow for the redevelopment of the subject property. The proposed redevelopment consists of remodeling and expansion of the existing 6,000 square feet retail building attached to the west side of Cole's Building into an 8,354 square foot building in the same general location. The major improvement on this site, however, will result from the parking lot being reconfigured to improve circulation and meet current dimensional standards. The main north-south access aisle from Medway Street to Cole's store will be protected by raised landscape islands. The remaining parking and drive aisles will be reoriented by 90 degrees to provide an east-west traffic flow within the parking fields. In addition, a main easterly driveway on Medway Street is being reconfigured to improve access, with a raised median reconfigured to physically direct all existing traffic from right turn only movements. Interior directional signals is being added to direct westbound existing traffic towards the westerly driveway near Applebee's restaurant that can accommodate left turns. The proposed number of off-street parking spaces shown on the plan relies on the grant of 10% parking reduction, a special permit that was submitted concurrently with this application. All other applicant zonings and site plan requirements appear to be met. Therefore, I recommend the amended site plan be approved, subject to the relevant departmental comments. Respectfully, Larry Duncan, our town planner. This is from Vonnie Reese, our town engineer. I've received the site plan submitted on 91 Medway Road. The applicant is for improvements to the site parking areas and traffic control. The proposed parking plan results in a 10% reduction from the current number of parking spaces. However, I agree that the addition of islands and better definition of the drive islands will improve the safety of that site and is worth the loss of the parking spaces. I have a few minor comments on the plan. One, at the west entrance, did you get all those?
Yes, I've already
Okay.
addressed all of them.
You've already addressed every one of those? Okay. And so what she writes is she's approving the applicant with this letter in advance of the meeting. If there are any changes in the address, please recommend approval by application. Our town engineer, Laurie, Vonnie Race. This is the fire department. The fire department has reviewed the amended site plan on 91 Medway Road with no changes. And the Milford Water Company, after reviewing the waiver of site plan submitted 91 Medway Road with no conflict of interest. And
No comments
Commission
from
on
disability.
Commission on Disability has no comments, and that's it. Okay. What's that, Peter?
I'm all set. Good evening, my name's Peter Lavoy. I'm here representing Milford Realty Trust. Like you said, the project's located at 91 Medway Street. Medway Street runs along the top here. So basically, we all know what this plaza looks like. It's all a sea of pavement, basically slopes from Medway Street to Coles, and they have some drainage in this area. As you can see, the parking spaces are set up like this, parallel to the building. So basically, this is what the site looks like now. We basically have 6% open space right here, so we only have 6% of grass area on the site. So what we want to do here, first thing we did, the major thing was we reconfigured the entrance here, kind of put this landscape island or raised island in this location here, kind of forcing everyone to take a right-hand turn. We did add signage over here across this boulevard that we've created. There's a boulevard that runs right down here to Coles. So we have landscape islands on both sides, bringing the vehicles down here. And then on this side, there's a sidewalk that runs all the way down from Medway Street to Coles. And then we also added this large island across the front, across the middle here as well. It has a sidewalk, so you can basically travel from this side of the site to Town Fair on a sidewalk, and then we propose crosswalk in the middle. So there's safe pedestrian access on the site now. So what we've done, we reconfigured the parking perpendicular to Coles so we could create this boulevard, added the landscaped islands. So by adding all this landscaping, we increased the open space by 4%. So now the site has 10% open space. So we did that. By adding this berm in the middle, we had to also, basically, in the existing conditions, all the runoff ran down and was collected in front of Coles. So now we get half of the site. We proposed double catch basins in these two areas here, and as well as a double catch basin in this area. So now we're collecting the runoff here with a standard catch basin with a 4-foot sump and hood. And then we're redirecting it into the existing drainage and then discharging it out into this little settling area in this location here. So all this drainage did go to this point, so we're not changing the drainage areas at all. All we're doing is we're adding grass area and we're adding some additional catch basins to collect the runoff. And then a couple of Vonnie's comments. She wanted us to just stripe or put arrows, left turn lane only and right turn lane only. So basically, we're gonna just repaint the arrows and then add 2 signs at this entrance here. This entrance isn't gonna change.
Is that the entrance going out,
Yeah, it's over near
going out by
Applebee's.
Applebee's?
Yeah,
Oh,
that's
okay,
right.
yeah.
So, and then we have an existing 6,000 square foot portion of the building, as you can see right here. It's kind of set back, so it's kind of kicked back, so you really can't see it. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna raise that, and we're gonna increase it by roughly 2,300 square feet. So now, this portion or addition, which is a phase 2. Phase 1 is gonna be the site work, and then this addition is gonna be a phase 2 portion. So what we did is we pushed the front of the building closer, so now you'll be at visibility, it'll be better. So that's basically in the same footprint. We're gonna use the same water and sewer services for that addition. Like I said before, because of this boulevard and because this is a right turn lane only, we did add signs. If you look at one of the proposed site plans, I think it's sheet 2, it shows that we're gonna have signs along this boulevard to say right turn only, and then just before you get to the right turn only, there's gonna say exit west 109, and they're gonna kind of direct people this way and out that way.
I've
So-
seen them take left and right.
Right, so now you really can't take a left-hand turn with this island in this, and that's why
Right.
we configured that
Yeah.
island. I think that's it. I mean, if you have any questions.
Well, I think it's a better plan now. Everybody won't be going over by Applebee's, just going right through the parking lot as
Right, you
they
can-
do. There's a lot of,
Yeah.
yeah, that's,
Zeno was the one that recommended.
so I mean, that will stop. Yes, Larry?
The special permit aspect, I had included a draft decision. In fact, I'd emailed it to the board with the agenda. and
That's right.
It's in your packet as well.
They have enough uses.
And that would confirm in the findings, I believe it's finding F3 on the second page, right at the top of the second page. They actually have 5 uses, but they're only asking for a 10% reduction. There's the various retail uses, there's a restaurant, a bank, a tire center, and then the gasoline service station, which is actually on the same lot. So they actually exceed the threshold for the subsection 3, section 3.4.1B3 of the zoning bylaw for 10% reduction in parking. That's a relatively recent amendment to the bylaw. So all other aspects appear to me to meet the criteria. So I'd certainly recommend approval of the special permit and approval of the site plan. But it is a public hearing, so you may want to
Okay.
get other input.
Is there anyone here that would like to speak to us this? This is a public hearing? Hearing none?
Peter, did you have the storm scepter that Ronnie had asked for?
I did not. I did talk to her, and as long as I maintain the settling basin down here, she said I was fine because this is a redevelopment project, and I'm not within the conservation's jurisdiction. If I would have if any work would have fell into the conservation restriction, the conservation area, she said she would emphasize the storm scepter, but she says I did not have, she agreed with me that I did not have to add that.
Okay.
We're willing to, we're gonna have a maintenance plan for this depression. It's gonna be cleaned twice a year and monitored on an annual basis. So if it needs to be cleaned. Her concern was that the whole site was coming to this point, but there's no, it's not discharging into a wetland, it's discharging into a settling pond. Before, there's a little culvert that goes under the ground, under this piece of property here, and then it gets to the wetlands. So as long as we keep this settling pond clean, she's fine with that.
Yeah, it's actually functions as a forebay, and there are two, I believe, 24-inch pipes that then drain into the massive wetlands area that goes into Stall Brook. So, so she was satisfied that that would be sufficient.
Okay, thank you, Larry.
How much,
Babe?
how much paving, repaving you gonna do on this?
Basically this whole area.
whole thing? Well,
Yep. All the outside is gonna, the outside is gonna stay the same, except this small area here, and then this area here has to be regraded.
And you're changing, what, the existing catch basins, did they have sumps?
We did verify that the catch basins do have sumps, but they do not have hoods, so the hoods will be installed.
Anyone else? John?
Nope, fine.
Pat? Do I have a motion to close the public hearing?
Motion to approve the special permit.
Close the public
and
hearing.
to-
Close the,
And to approve the plan. Close the public hearing, yeah.
motion made by Joe to close the public hearing and approve the plan. Do I hear, and the special permit. Do I hear a second?
Second.
Second by Babe. All in favor?
Right.
Unanimous of 5.
You have to sign that second page. Thank you.
Pat, no hotel.
So she can sign it. She's gonna just sign the cover sheet, right?
Yeah, you didn't bring them.
No, because I didn't know.
Are you around tomorrow?
Yes, I'm around tomorrow, yeah.
Okay, so he didn't bring the Mylar for the
That's
site
fine.
plan, so.
Okay,
We can go right to number 4.
Yeah.
right.
Right to number 4, leave it.
Okay.
Thank you.
You're welcome, Peter. All right, number 4, a ZBA variance referral, Lot 82 Naples Street, Sylvia Burlingame. Dear Madam Chairman, the applicant is requesting a variance to allow for the subject property to be considered a separate building lot. The subject property is considered merged with an adjoining lot 43-0-86, 3 Venice Street, as both lots are non-conforming as to area and are held in common ownership. The 2 lots appear to have originally been from different title chains and each having a separate land court certificate number. Therefore, I recommend a favorable report to forward to the zoning Board of Appeals.
Yeah, the only map that was available was the one I printed from our GIS.
Yeah.
GIS. There wasn't a map submitted with the application, but
Yeah,
So what are we trying to do here, Larry?
they want to be able to sell Lot 82 as a separate lot. They've been in common ownership long enough that they're merged under zoning. That's a statutory thing that,
so what is the size of,
I don't recall.
Doesn't
okay,
It
doesn't say-
doesn't matter, but they're
Doesn't-
both non-conforming.
Yeah,
So,
all right.
think I understand
So
this.
being in an RB zone, they needed 15,000 square feet each, and neither one of them meet that.
That's
So
what
that's
I
why
was
they're
asking.
merged.
But together, do they meet it?
Yes.
Okay.
We just split one lot.
Do we know?
We just split one to make a,
6,000.
yeah, okay, so I'll make a motion for favorable.
Motion made by Pat,
These are
is that a
bigger
favor
lots.
because of the ZBA?
I'll second.
Seconded by John. All in favor? Opposed?
I'd rather take two
Unanimous of
non-conforming and
five.
make it one conforming than I would to.
There you go.
Well, no, they're splitting this one.
Yeah, it'd be split from a,
You're making nothing conforming. You got two non-conforming lots now.
I thought you said together they're 15.
They are right
they
now.
are, that's why they're merged.
They're merged now, and they're, but they're probably still not conforming because of the setback on the one.
Right.
The house is actually built
I
on.
misunderstood you. I thought they had two non-conforming that they were trying to merge into.
No.
No.
That's why I couldn't
No.
understand why they needed the variance for that, but okay.
Because effectively now it's considered one lot, so area-wise, it's conforming now. We're separating it into two non-conforming because neither one of them will be.
Oh, no, I don't want to do that. No,
Based
my
on the-
apologies. I misunderstood
Based on the
that.
old deeds.
No, my
And the land
apologies.
court.
That's not what I was,
No,
I
thought-
misunderstood.
I thought that's what he's saying.
Can I reverse my,
Because the thing said 15.
Well, based on the prior land court cases, this is a little bit different than your average merger situation. But the merger doctrine is a zoning concept that exists totally separate from reality, basically. So there's no way to really track it. And the average person certainly doesn't know about it until they end up in a situation like this. In this case, the title search showed that there were two land court cases that created these lots. That's their attorney's argument as to why it would be appropriate to grant the variance to take care of the zoning issue.
well, then again, let's use reverse psychology for a second. I said yes.
Yeah.
When we
Well,
say
you
no,
know
they
what'll
said,
happen.
yeah.
They'll say yes anyway.
What the heck, this is a palatial estate compared to the 5,000
Yeah.
square.
No, no,
foot
but I
lot
figured-
together, so I don't think they had a problem putting a lot up here.
I misread and I misunderstood what Larry was referring to. I thought
Yeah.
they actually were trying to merge them together to make one buildable
Yeah.
rather than
They
separate them.
separated them.
I don't think so.
So,
No,
so
that isn't, but I don't think that's what they're doing.
what are you saying, Joe?
That isn't what they're doing. They're trying to make two
They're trying to make two
non-conforming.
non-conforming lots.
And I misunderstood
And then-
that, and for
so-
that I
and then-
apologize. I'm gonna rescind my,
But they won't be non-conforming when a variance is granted.
They will not be.
That's what a
Well,
variance
that's
is
because the
for.
variance is there, yes.
Yeah. They may
But
not,
they're still not, well, still non-conforming.
but not in the technical zoning sense.
You want to take it back, Pat, and
Yes.
let the zoning board do it?
yes.
Okay,
yes,
so,
yes, yes, yes.
We're
I'm gonna
rescinding.
I'm gonna rescind my,
We're rescinding it.
at this
By
point,
initiative.
Pat Kennelly is rescinding
And I-
his favorable to the zoning board of appeals on, lot 82 Maple Street. Do I have a second on that
Yes.
repeal? Seconded by John. All in favor of that repeal?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, all in favor, five in favor of the repeal. So let's do it one more time. ZBA variance
unfavorable.
for,
Unfavorable to the zoning.
Yes.
okay.
yes.
All right, so lot 82 Maple Street was ZBA variance referral. Do I hear a
Pat said unfavorable, I second it.
unfavorable by Pat Kennelly, seconded by John? All in favor?
Of unfavorable,
Unfavorable?
yes.
Unanimous of 5. Sending the ZBA an unfavorable report.
Sorry about that, I misunderstood.
That's okay.
That was with you.
I would have rather gone the other way just to see what they did.
Yeah.
Number 5, endorse the site plan Mylar Deer Street, Stone Ridge Business Park.
Yeah, for some reason, we never did endorse the cover sheet for that humongous site plan for the re-upping of the business park's
yeah.
approval. So it would probably be better to
I'll make a
make a
motion.
motion now, and
Second.
I brought the
Thank you.
Mylar.
Motion made by Pat, seconded by Babe. All in favor?
Aye.
Unanimous of 5
To endorse, yep.
to endorse the plan.
Yep. You'd
Are
already
you gonna put
approved it.
those out?
Yep.
Yeah, what's
Okay.
Kevin?
All
It
right.
looks like there's a stack of
Number
them.
6, endorse site plan Mylar, 235 East Main Street, interstate batteries.
The same instance, we'd approved the plan, but
Okay.
the Mylar wasn't available at the time, so the
Okay.
plan's already been approved. This is just to sign the Mylar.
Motion?
Let one of those guys do it.
Motion.
Motion made by Joe, seconded by John. All in favor of
Yes.
endorsing the Mylar for
Yes.
interstate batteries? Any, five in favor?
Can't believe they ruled
Okay.
Lane, they denied the guy though.
Okay, the last one is the discussion on the sign section of the bylaw.
Well, you may have noticed that I didn't include an updated version because I wasn't able to get back to it. So
Hold it till the next meeting.
what I would like to do is just try to get some parameters about our schedule going forward with this. It's likely that the annual town meeting will be May 23rd. Memorial Day is the following Monday, so if it's not May 23rd, it's going to be May 16th. Either way, the point for us would be that we really ought to hold our public hearing for the zoning article about the signs, or any other zoning article for that matter, no later than April. So depending upon what the meetings are in April, the public hearing's likely to be on the 19th of April, if not the 26th. And then working backwards from that would mean we need to kind of figure out what the final article's going to be in March, by mid-March, our meeting in March. So that gives us 2 meetings in March, 2 meetings in February, and 2 meetings in January to try and tie it up. And for the most part, I think we're pretty close. Some of the trickier issues need to be resolved, but I've been thinking about that. I just haven't had a chance to get back to actually getting text in a document to get it to you. So hopefully by the January 5th meeting, which is our next meeting,
Okay.
then we'll have some more to talk about.
Don't forget to take, just don't forget
Larry.
to take the balloons out.
But somewhere in those 3 months, we need to get something in front of the selectmen to try to get comments from them, so.
Yeah, we need to do that, and I think we need to talk to the building inspector, or the zoning enforcement inspector, I guess, it's proper term for that,
Building
actually.
commissioner.
Only because, I think the issue, I'm not gonna call them temporary signs anymore, because they're really not temporary signs, the way we currently have it written. And I think I don't think this board wants to step out of that, and we may want to, but if we were to reinstitute temporary signs and have to have somebody come in and ask for a permit or a site plan review in order to put up a temporary sign and collect money or do something with that, I don't think the building department can handle that. I don't think this board wants to go down that path. However, there may be a feeling in the town that that's what's needed or not. I think that's a decision that needs to be made, not by this board. I certainly don't want to put a zoning article in that puts a burden on another department in this town that they can't handle.
Well, John had been involved in drafting this, and you know, he agrees with what you said, that there's just no way for that department,
Well, I think-
even fully staffed, to do permits and track all of that stuff, where there's timeframes involved in those signs and taking them down a certain period of time.
Well,
So he doesn't
That
mind.
that being said, I think it would be prudent of us to either have him here or have him say that in a letter to us, so that we can take that to the Board of Selectmen and say, this is why this board went in this direction, you know, do you agree with that or not? If you want to fund the building department so they can have an extra person so they can monitor signs, that's all well and good, but that's not coming from this board, so.
Well, they would have an extra person full-time to monitor temporary signs.
Exactly.
Because they wouldn't have time to
Right.
do anything
And
else.
I don't think we want to go down that path, but I think we need to explain to them that that's why we went down this path of producing this document in this sense.
I'll talk to John,
Okay.
but he's been in the loop the whole time.
Yeah, I don't think there was an issue, but I
It-
just want to make sure we have everything behind us when we go there so that the selectmen can understand why we went down the path that we did.
Larry, when we present this,
Pardon?
when we present this to the town meeting, are we gonna present the whole packet that we have usually? Or can we break down into
Yeah,
sections?
sections.
You might have to section,
Sections sound better.
In terms of what? I guess
Well, again, if you have that pile of,
You're gonna bury it.
4 or 5 pages.
it's not gonna go, it's gonna be a page.
well, the description would have to do a broad overview first, and then, tick off each subsection as to what it does, why it's written that way, and how it works. So it's not gonna be a simple, adopted as printed in the warrant because it fixes this or that.
I
You're right,
understand
it
that.
has to be, it has to
But
explain it.
if the temporary signs, could that be just one?
We had talked about it before, if we could separate that out. I think the problem will become, in one of the articles, we're gonna take out probably almost all sections of the existing, whatever section the signs are in. We could separate it into 2, but then if one passed and one didn't, I'm not sure what happens, or how that becomes the issue. We can take a look at it going forward, Larry, if it's possible. We talked about, pulling the temporary signs out and doing them separately. I just don't know whether we can do it or not in terms of going to town meeting. Does it, because then you could end up with a bylaw that makes absolutely no sense if we get one to pass and one not to pass.
Yeah, I talked to Jerry about that too, and he had the same concern that Joe just mentioned, just the mechanics of how things could go at the meeting, because obviously you can make sure things are arranged properly in terms of the order of the articles in the warrant, because, the town is in control of the warrant. But once you get into the issues, then that's where it gets more difficult to track. So I think it's just gonna have to be generally, as I relayed, we make just a general, broad statement explaining what it does and why, and the Supreme Court ruling, and what content neutral means, and then just go through, because many of the sections are very similar to what our current bylaw does. They're just phrased, I guess I would say, more appropriately, especially given the Supreme Court's decision. The trickier stuff would be getting into the temporary signs and explaining that, you can't talk about the content. So that makes it harder to figure out what it is you want to allow or not. And then certainly the easiest thing would be just don't allow any of them, and then you don't have to figure it out. But people aren't going to like that. So we would be able to explain that.
January.
Damn signs.
Yeah, we can
We
put
need to
the,
agree before we worry about.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
yeah, we do.
But no, I think being able to get it to the selectmen sometime in March, obviously, we can always put a placeholder warrant, placeholder article in the warrant list. That's not the problem, because we'd have a final article certainly by
This is
the
very
time of a
nice.
motion.
Read this.
But I would rather have the thing done and printed in the warrant the way you want it. And in the process of getting there, we'll have been able to go at least once, if not twice, to the selectmen and explain it. So I would hopefully have some members of the board come along to do that.
What do you mean by that?
When they go in front of the selectmen.
When they go
Planning
in
board.
front of the selectmen?
Yeah,
Oh,
we
all
can-
right,
when-
yeah.
When
yeah.
they get us on the agenda.
Right.
Motion to adjourn.
Okay, I have a motion to adjourn. Second,
Move we adjourn.
moved by John, second by Pat. Good night, everyone. Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year from the Milford Planning Board. Good night.
If we do it, it's.
Lena, how much do we owe?